We're all set for the U18 Super Black Final here at the San Diego Surf Cup between Nomads SC SLA and LA Premier FC LAFA. I'm your host, Mark Serban. It's a pleasure to be with you as it's LA Premier who will have the kickoff in their purple jerseys with yellow trim, purple shorts, and purple socks, while the Nomads in their all-red kits will be attacking to your left. As it's Revelio who taps it off, and we're underway. LA Premier attacking to the right of whatever device you may be watching on. Thanks so much for joining us here at the San Diego Surf Cup. And it's LA Premier who are stroking the ball around nicely in the early exchanges. Played to the near side for Felix. And he slips it in. Villalobos. And the offside flag is up. It was Reviello who was in an offside position. Vargas. Far side for Dawkins. LA Premier doing a great job to move the ball from side to side. Nomads, however, keeping their shape well. Barrera. And Barrera overtakes. Lovely interpassing as Riviello gets it back. And this is Perez. Nomads try and set off on their first real attack, but it's run right back by LA Premier. Setting the tone early, establishing possession through Soria. But they don't mind working it along that back line, making the Nomads shift from side to side and then wait if they can see a little pocket of space to slide it in between the lines. Soria. Felix is out wide instead, trying to clip it inside. But it's won back by Quintero. Quintero. That was a good job to bring it under control. And the long ball looking for the run of Garcia. And they're in here. And just skipping across the end line. So close to the opening goal for Jacob Scar. And for all their possession for LA Premier, it was Nomads with their first real attack who generate the game's first chance of note. Skur slides it in, flag stays down, keeper rounded. And just missing again. Carbon copy of the first miss from Skur, and this time it's Garcia who can't finish. Did everything right, rounded the keeper, was taken to a cute angle, but just couldn't slip it in. Well, early days here. It's LA Premier with the possession, but it's Nomads with the chances. Somehow it's still 0-0. This is a Nomads team that's showing they can hit on the break. So it slipped inside. Was looking for the run of Vargas. Barrera almost got on the end of it, but it's cleared away from him. And it's Dawkins who steps in. Soria. Felix. And Garcia can only head it as far as Dawkins. Reyes. And back to Barrera. Felix. Steps inside of Quintero. And Reyes was unable to fight his way through, and he's whistled for a foul. So it'll be a free kick for Nomads. Showing their ability to hit on a break. This time it looks like they're going to send it long through Holopainen. And his free kick goes wanting, so it'll be a throw-in for LA Premier. Felix gets it back to Barrera, leaves it off for his keeper, Contreras. Over to the far side, Dawkins. A good job to slide that one out of bounds. It was Flora who got in the way. And LA Premier doing a good job to move a ball around on the deck. Out of bounds last off of Felix. Throw in quickly taken by Ortega. Garcia. Did a good job to get in front of Felix, but it goes off of him last. Dawkins. Reyes dispossessed. And Contreras off his line to quell the danger. But it will come back to Contreras as the offside flag was up. So they'll have to send it all the way back down. Quickly taken by Barrera. So there's two Barreras out there for LA Premier. Number 9 is Alejandro Barrera, number 3, Fernando. And Garcia could be through here again. That ball just a bit too far in front of him, and Contreras comes to the extreme of his penalty area to take. And the flag goes up against Quintero. Winby giving pickup just a bit here in Oceanside. As we're Garcia coming in. And this time Contreras gets there, and the referee's going to whistle for a foul. Contreras coming off his line, bravery. And they're going to say that Garcia came in with his foot a bit too high, and that's why he gets the free kick. But a great challenge from Contreras, as that's the third time that a player has broken through the back line of LA Premier. And somehow it's 0-0. And now the referee calling for calm. It's a chance for LA Premier to send players forward. Usually play it along the ground, but this time get players up into the box, so I expect it to be served in. It's a good ball in too, but it's well dealt with by Nomads. Headed out to Felix. Able to muscle off Garcia. This is Barrera. Clips it over for Soria. Plays it through. Little touch off from Reyes. And good dribbling from Perez, but finally dispossessed at the top of the box. And Daquan Dawkins comes up to win it. Sent to the back post. Nobody making the run, but it goes out of bounds. So it'll be a goal kick for Nomads SC. Ten minutes gone in the boys U18 Super Black Final between Nomads SC and LA Premier here at the Soccer Loco San Diego Surf Cup presented by Nike. 0-0, despite the fact that the Nomads have had 2 open nets. Both shots, though, came from acute angles, skipped across the goal line, and flashed just wide of the far post. It's Quintero fighting for it. Had 2 LA Premier players policing him, but was able to shield it out of bounds, and Ortega will take the throw-in. Out of bounds from Felix. And the throw-in quickly taken to Garcia. Flag stays down. And a chance to get the cross off. It goes through. Third golden opportunity of the game for Nomads. It was a good ball put across. And it was Flora who got on the end of it but couldn't keep his shot down. This Nomads is a very well-drilled side. Sit in their shape well. Wait for LA Premier to make a mistake. And then get forward at breakneck speed. Been impressed with LA Premier's ability to move the ball around, though. There's Arvizi. Has the ball taken off of him by Barrera. Now it's LA Premier working down the far side. Felix. Pereira. Dawkins lets it run. Perez is calling for it. Now he gets it. And Perez wins the free kick. Felix brings it down. Barrera. Quintero wins it back for Nomads. Garcia gets by 1 and tried to play it further forward for Quintero, but Quintero was cutting inside. So Felix traps down the loose ball, but Garcia chased it down. Whistled for a foul in the end. Ortega clears. Pereira steps in, poked away from him. Slid through for Garcia, but the offside flag is up. Some of the parents going ballistic to my left. Believe he got it right, though. Garcia was the right run, but he needs to hold it. Well, the battle lines have been drawn here. LA will work the ball around and look for the spaces. The Nomads will sit back in their shape, win the ball in midfield, and then look to hit on the break. And they've done it with great efficiency, have done everything but applied the final touch, especially on 3 occasions. As we're 0-0 heading toward the midway point in this first half. U18 Super Black Final here at the Soccer Loco Surf Cup. Perez kills it instantly. Lovely spin. Almost slid it through. And the free kick will go the way of LA Premier right at the top of the box. Real opportunity here for the possession side to see if they can strike on a set piece. It's Brian Perez who stands over it. Four men in the wall for Nomads. It's over the wall and over the crossbar. Good effort from Perez. Just couldn't get it to dip in time. Goal kick for Nomads. Launched over the halfway line. Barrera wins the first ball. Garcia brings it down and wins the free kick. Quickly taken by Arvizi. And Barrera punches clear. Irving Arvizi plays it back. And Skura smartly lets it run. And a good job by the assistant referee to wait and see whether or not Skura was going to catch up to that ball before bringing it back for the free kick. He waited until it was played away from Skura to put his flag up to let the referee know that there was a foul on that far side. And now it's Nomad's turn to see if they can launch one into the danger area. Played toward that back corner. Ortega heads it forward. Caceres, little touch back. Caceres gets to it again. Ortega slides it in for Arvizi. And this time the assistant referee on the far side whistles for a foul for LA Premier. Barrera wins the header over Garcia. Dawkins to bring it out of the back for LA Premier. Stolen on the far side by Flora. And a chance to set the table. Garcia's there. Good job by Felix to put him off. Stoppage in plays. We're going to have our first substitution of the afternoon. It's Velasco who's going to come out. Really impressed with the movement of this LA Premier side. The way these players get close together, look for little combinations. Now they just need to find that outlet ball after 3 or 4 passes in tight spaces. That means something else is open, and that's where you play that ball into that space to spring the attack. As Contreras realized he had to head it out. Ortega does well to keep it in. Oh, they said it went out. I think that's going to be a handball. Oh, now the assistant referee is telling his center referee that it was already out of play. You got to wait till the whistle, though. Ortega gets a foot in. And the ball back to him, asking a bit too much. So Felix comes up to take the throw-in. Soria. Arvizi's flick goes the wrong way, so it'll be a throw-in for LA Premier. And we'll do it again. Hooked in, flag stays down. This is Perez. Sent to the back post. It's the opening goal for LA Premier. It's Alejandro Barrera who scores it. But it was all due to the dribbling and control in a very tight space by Brian Perez and the presence of mind to slip it across the face of goal. And Barrera on hand to smash it home at the back post. Patience pays off as LA Premier takes a 1-0 lead. And now a triple substitution made for LA Premier as one player checks in for Nomads. But that's the way you want to step off the field, knowing that you just helped your side score a goal. Alejandro Barrera opens the scoring here in the U18 Super Black Final. Lee with the clearance. Garcia overtakes. Lovely skill from Arvizi, but he's crowded out by a slew of purple jerseys who win the free kick. Reyes. Perez. Dawkins read it well. And still Perez. Needs to get that ball off his feet. And this time he'll be whistled for the foul. Too tactile for the referee's liking. And he's going to go into the book. So another chance for Nomads to get the ball into the box. So it's clipped in just over the head of Arvizi, who was looking for the flick on. Vargas, top of the box, helped onto the far side. Reyes chases it down. And it's back across. Oh, and it almost snuck in. Good work by Ortiz in the center there as he got that ball one little touch to get it over to the far side where Reyes picked it up, and then he put it back in across goal. And it took an awkward deflection in front of the keeper and almost found its way inside the far post. So another change made by the Nomads. As Francisco Castro checks in. Arvizi. Ooh, and a heavy clash with Dawkins, who's down, but play goes on. And a back pass, putting Contreras under a bit of duress. And Lee is there to clear it to safety. I believe Dawkins holding onto his back as he fell awkwardly. You love the courageousness from Dawkins to go into that challenge. And Dawkins still down. And once again, it was another menacing break from Nomads, but Lee got back to clear it out of bounds after Contreras had gotten beaten yet again. Third time Contreras has been beaten by the Nomads side. However, defenders getting back to help out their keeper. Dawkins looks to be in some real discomfort. And now the trainer's being called over. So stoppage of play 26 minutes in with LA Premier FC with a 1-0 lead over Nomads SC. Dawkins went into a crunching challenge. You hope that he's okay. As the Surf Cup training staff has been summoned. A chance for these players to get water if they want it, but so far no one's gone over to the bench. The lone goal for LA Premier coming off the boot of Alejandro Barrera. But it was all the work of Brian Perez to set him up. And Dawkins has defended well a couple times. He's anticipated the play, stepped into the passing lanes to make interceptions. It's a good time to see that they're turning Dawkins over. Because if it was something incredibly serious, they wouldn't want to move him at all. So Dawkins, who is on his stomach, now on his back. And sitting up as well. That's great to see. And slowly being helped to his feet, Dawkins. Still another good sign. Applause for Daquan Dawkins as he's able to make his way to the cart. And our thoughts and best wishes are with him. As we get back to play, LA Premier FC with a 1-0 lead over Nomads. RVC. Chance to set the table. Oh, and it wasn't a bad ball. LA Premiers is their MO, playing the goal kick short, and now looking to build out of the back. Perez turning. Just look at that for a piece of skill from Perez. And still he goes, and he wins the free kick. And Perez screaming for a yellow card to be administered, and it is. Francisco Castro, the second player to go into the referee's book this afternoon, as Perez was the first. But he's such a crafty player, Brian Perez. Not only does he fit very well into the passing system with his movement and technique, but his ability to create off the dribble. De Jesus clips it to the back post, headed away. Chased down by Jimenez. And Nomads win a free kick on the far side. So it was Ortiz who sent in that free kick, beg your pardon. Holopainen to take the free kick for Nomads. And we're going to hold off as a double substitution to be made by Nomads. It's Francisco Castro who comes off. Well, there was a second player up in between the benches, but he didn't come on, so just a single change that time around. Played out by Barrera. And this is the other Barrera, and Alejandro. There was one player coming back from an offside position, so he let the ball go, and that's what allows Fernando Barrera to get back on the loose ball. And this is Perez. Unable to fight his way through the double team this time around. Lovely give and go to open up the space. Arvizi at the top of the box. And played over to the far side. Thought Arvizi had the chance to let one go there, but instead elected to keep it moving from side to side. Soria chests it back. Throw in taken by Giovanni Galindo. And there's space here for Munoz. Puts it across, back post. Unable to get the header on frame. But another dangerous attack from Nomads. They've done everything but score in this first half. As there's going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time due to that injury to Daquan Dawkins. 1-0. LA Premier has the lead. Looking to take that lead into the break. They have a chance to possibly add on to it here in stoppage time. Popped into thin air. Vargas sends it forward. And we'll go out of bounds for an LA Premier throw on the far side. It's the goal scorer, Alejandro Barrera. And the ball will stay with LA Premier. Slid through, and the race is on the far side. Played to the back post. And unable to weave his way through. And now it's LA Premier's turn to break. Perez running at the defenders. Still going Perez. Knifing his way through, but the shot rolled right in at the keeper. Arvizi swinging a miss, but he wins the free kick. Played in looking for Munoz. And this time Perez wins the free kick. Esquer's whistled for the foul. Reyes. Stabbed away from Perez. Reyes gets it back. Lovely one-touch passing. Reyes dicing his way through. Didn't get the purchase he wanted behind the shot, but it does take a deflection, and it's going to be a corner kick for LA Premier FC deep into stoppage time. Can they steal a goal to take a 2-0 lead before the break? It's going to be an in-swinger from the far side. Brian Perez standing over it. 6 players queuing up inside the box. It's to the back post. Perez is there. Great save by the keeper on Reyes. As Reyes was that last runner. So now Perez will come over to the other side to take. And Reyes goes to the back post again. This time, instead of lining up, players clumping together at the top of the box for LAFC. And the outswinger. Chance at the near post. Barrera has his second. And they do add on to their lead before halftime. It's the Brian Perez, Alejandro Barrera combination once again, this time off of a set piece. And what a blow that is right to the gut of Nomads SC, as it's the last kick of the first half. And LA Premier FC walk off with a 2-0 lead. Alejandro Barrera with both goals as it's 35 minutes down, 35 to go in the boys U18 Super Black Final here at the Soccer Loco San Diego Surf Cup. All set for the second half in the U18 Super Black Final here at the Soccer Loco Surf Cup. LA Premier FC have a 2-0 lead over Soccer Life Academy. It's Alejandro Barrera who was at the double in the first half. Both assists coming off the boot of Brian Perez. As SLA will be attacking to your right in their all red jerseys. Gave up the second goal with the last kick of the first half. So their task in coming back has become exponentially harder. But one goal would change the entire complexion of this game. Long way to go in this one as the second half underway. The throw-in to be taken by Castro. Castro gets it back, touches it forward. Jimenez making the run, but ran out of real estate, so it will be a throw-in for LA Premier. Hooked into the center. And Contreras bobbled it. Was able to get it in the end. Valverde had a chance to try and crash in on the keeper. Instead, I think a bit hesitant. Allowed Contreras to take that at the second time of asking. It's a gorgeous ball slid in, but the offside flag goes up. It was an excellent run from De Jesus. But in the end, needs to delay it just a half second more. Excellent in the idea, the execution just off. But Soccer Life Academy has had the better exchanges here in the opening half, the second half. Is Valverde getting back? Still work to do. And Valverde able to win it. He gets dispossessed though. And this shot comes in from Reyes. Well positioned is the keeper. As it's Rangel who came in at halftime for Samuel Richow. And it will go from one keeper to the other here at field number 19 at the SoCal Sports Complex. 2-0 LA Premier leads in the boys U18 Super Black Final of the Soccer Loco Surf Cup. Both goals from Alejandro Barrera. Press. Garcia unable to keep it in. Helped on by Munoz. The ball comes back. Garcia, top of the box. Munoz was unwinding, but it was poked away. And this is Brian Perez. 2 assists to his name. Felix Reyes. And one back by Soccer Life Academy. Got it back to Contreras. And slipped in the middle for Reviello. Poked out wide by Reyes. That's another knifing run, and the shot over the keeper. Able to get a touch onto it, push it onto the crossbar. That's a tremendous save. Great save by Richard Rangel in the SLA goal. Otherwise, that could have very well been lights out for SLA. So the corner kick comes in, headed to the top of the box, and smashed to safety. Felix will take the throw-in. And it's Felix again. Reviello gets it back. And Contreras receives it from Vargas. Reyes. Asking too much of Munoz. Might win it on the far side still. Well shielded. Still fighting for it is Munoz. And flicked to his pass by Castro. The cross comes in, and Contreras takes. Finds Perez. Florida takes the throw-in. I was looking inside for Florida, just out of his reach. And Florida saying that it took a touch, and the referee agrees, so it'll be a corner kick for SLA. Looking to claw their way back into this match. That's a good ball driven in. And the flag is up. No, they're going to say it's a goal. SLA have halved the deficit from the corner kick. Not sure if it was the final touch. Well, it was such a good ball that it might not have required it. And it's a whole new ball game here in the U18 Super Black Final. So it's now LA Premier 2, SLA 1. Jimenez steps in. One back by Premier. And this time a free kick called before SLA could launch the counterattack. And Jimenez is going to come off for SLA. So this comes back to Vargas. Perez, always looking to dribble. Floats it to the far side. Shot comes in. Easy pickings for the keeper. As it was Soria who let one rip. Ball was bouncing at a good height for him, and he put it on goal. It could be a chance the other way for Munoz. Let it bounce in front of him. And it's scrambled clear by LA Premier. But they're starting to become more dangerous, SLA. SLA is going to have to wait as both sides are going to make substitutions. Garcia, stooping header to keep it alive for SLA, and they'll get another throw-in. Launched into the box. Alejandro Barrera. Felix leaves it off on the far side. Munoz wins it back for SLA. 4 players pouring forward, and the long ball into Garcia. Contreras saw the danger. Perez. It's a loose ball picked off, and not a bad idea to play it through. But Contreras, once again, off his line. Now LA Premier looking to get back into its passing game. I think in the last few minutes, their players have tried to dribble a bit too much. As that's very well won. Soria got a touch. Munoz tries to play it over to Garcia. Felix gets it away from him. And Perez will be whistled for the foul. Has to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Is SLA getting ready to make another substitution? It's Valverde who's coming off. As entering in for him is Lucas Rosales. Soria pokes it clear. Reyes wins the free kick in midfield, takes it quickly. And Revielli was dispossessed, but LA Premier able to keep possession. And this one will go out of bounds for SLA throw-in. Played over the top. Rosales trying to get in, but there's Contreras again off his line. Reyes. Perez, oh, what a touch that is to elude his marker. Still running Perez, and he's brought down at the top of the box. Free kick. And it's a yellow card as well. Holopinen, the latest player to go into the referee's book. It was another menacing run from Perez. And a real opportunity here for LA Premier to restore their 2-goal lead. The shot comes in off the post. Second chance And now can SLA break? Well, Rosales is the lone forward chasing it, working 1-on-3. Sprayed out wide. Off of Castro last, so it'll be an LA Premier throw-in. Into the final 20 minutes of regulation. If we do end level, there'll be 2 10 minutes of overtime, followed by penalty shootouts. As that half cross, half shot goes out for a corner, goal kick rather. Soria brings it down. Reyes. Hole opening. Tried to play it through the center backs for Rosales. Soria. Revielli. And this time the foul will go against Revielli. Quickly taken by the keeper. Near side Flora. Ortiz. Into the middle for Reyes. 1-2 cut off by Caceres. Arvizi. Little touch out wide. And there's space to work down that far flank. Chance to get across in 2 waiting in the box. Garcia all alone at the back post, needs to bring it down, nods it back. And Arvizi with the layup. Shot comes in just wide of the far post. And it's because Contreras pushed it around it. Big save from Contreras. Skur wants it short. He's not going to get it. Cross comes into the far post. Trouble again for LA Premier. This time they're able to deal with it. Perez chasing, gets there first. Then getting back to get it back to his keeper is Skur. Near side Garcia. His cross headed away. Reviello fighting for it. Rosales. Garcia stretches to keep it in. Skur wins the header. Garcia brings it down. Perez to lead the break for LA Premier. Slides it through for Ortiz. Ortiz losing his footing, but it won't matter as he's whistled for a foul. And now a substitution for LA Premier as Reviello comes out. RVC. Reyes picks up the pieces. Alejandro Barrera tries to play it out wide for Perez. And Perez wins the throw-in. Inside the final 15 minutes of regulation here at the boys U18 Super Black Final. LA Premier looking to build on their 2-1 lead. As Rosales pokes it away. Ortiz spins. Little touch off for Reyes. Off the post. Ortiz. Second chance. Hits it wide. What a save from the keeper, but it was a meaty rebound for Ortiz. Just couldn't direct it in. Oh, the interplay was lovely to create that space for the shot from Reyes. And then Perez knocking on the door, or Ortiz rather. So it'll be a throw-in for Flora. Rosales. Rosales. Flota. Pushed out wide, but too far for Garcia. Perez plays it through. Ortiz is off to the races. Holopanen squares up to him. Ortiz goes down in the box, and no foul called. Sent back in. Ortiz is still down. Thrown for SLA in the 57th minute. Villalobos. Vargas. Fernando Barrera. Everybody in the back getting a touch for LA Premier. Forward to Perez. He loses out. Nomads looking to spring Rosales. He's in a foot race with Villalobos. And Villalobos shows his strength. This is Reyes. Has Ortiz. He's able to get it inside. Alejandro Barrera. As it stands, his second goal would be the game winner for LA Premier. And this time the free kick will go the way of SLA. Holopanian to take. Has floated to the top of the box. Contreras has come off his line. He's in no man's land if they can catch him. But LA Premier are able to scramble it clear. Long ball for Alejandro Barrera chase. And it goes out of bounds for an LA Premier throw-in. As we're on the hour mark here at Field 19 at the SoCal Sports Complex. 2-1 LA Premier leads SLA in the U18 Super Black Final of the Soccer Loco Surf Cup. And they're looking to add on one more here. It's Ortiz. Goes down, and this time the referee points to the spot. And now the question is, who steps up to take it? Do you give Alejandro Barrera's hat trick? He's going to leave it off for Vargas. So it's going to be Anthony Vargas to restore the 2-goal lead for LA Premier. Is this the moment? Well, a ball coming onto the field right as the penalty is about to be taken. How will that change things? Vargas steps up and scores. LA Premier 3, SLA 1. Is that the moment that cements them as champions here at the Soccer Loco Surf Cup? Ortiz winning the penalty, Vargas scoring it. And once again, it becomes more of an uphill battle for SLA. And that ball played behind Rosales, as it was good pressure applied from Alejandro Barrera. That's another thing LA Premier has done very well in this game, is they've defended from the front. This is Ortiz, the man who won the penalty. Wins a free kick? No, he doesn't. Arvizi bought to ground. And it's going to be a yellow card for Villalobos. He could play it short to Arredondo if he wants to. Referee making sure that everything's kosher along the top of the box. I think he was checking Villalobos' number because it's coming off. That's what his assistant referee was talking to him about. Played into the melting pot and taken by Contreras. Love that Contreras hardly punts the ball, always looking to get it to the feet of one of his players via the throw. As Lucas Rosales checks out. Rosales is still in. Started to sprint toward the substitute bench, but then told to come back on. Nevertheless, LA Premier wins a free kick, as more time will bleed off this clock. Two goals from Alejandro Barrera. SLA answer back from a corner kick. But then Ortiz, the man standing over this dead ball, won a penalty kick that was slid home by Vargas. And that's a great delivery. Just needs a touch. Reyes couldn't get it by the keeper. Good outlet from Rangel. Over the head of Skur. And Ortiz flying back to shield it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for SLA, however, and Rosales. Spread over to the far side. And good defending by Lee. Still has work to do, Lee. And over to help him is Barrera. And then Lee was able to hit it off Benjamin Munoz last, so the throw-in will go the way of LA Premier. Perez with the flick on. Reyes going forward. Well, it's all very tight on that far side. Somehow they managed to keep it in SLA. But LA Premier get it clear. Lovely skill on the far side. But it's too far for Anthony Jimenez, and it will go out for a throw-in. Off of an LA Premier player last, though. So coming over to take is Manuel Garcia. Long ball into the box. And Contreras is a boss in that area, especially on these high balls. Ortiz unable to keep it in. Arvizi whistled for the foul. Must have gotten a hand up in around the upper section of Reyes, who's still down. Trainer being called out. And right away, Skur is coming over to ask the referee, "You're adding time on for this, right?" The referee gave him a thumbs up. So stoppage in play as Reyes is down. Didn't seem to be anything malicious in it from that challenge from Arvizi. I think he just got his hand up into around the chest area of Reyes. And Reyes is okay, so he'll jog off. But time will be added on to the end of this one. Had 5 minutes of stoppage time in the first half due to the injury of Dawkins. Villalobos' free kick was seeking Perez on the far side, but it's headed clear. One back by Lee. Overtaken by SLA. Garcia flicks it into the corner. And all alone is Rosales, but Contreras steps in front of him. And wouldn't have mattered anyways as the offside flag was up. Ortiz. Just look at how calm Premier are under high pressure. As that's a perfectly weighted ball. Barrera overtakes, trying to slip it through. He gets it back, Barrera. And now possession, the name of the game for LA Premier. As Fernando Barrera weaves his way through traffic. Perez. It's another knifing run from Perez. And the keeper comes out. And now it's Perez who's down. It's a tiring day for these players. This is their second game after playing the semifinals in the morning. Looks like Perez maybe just got the wind knocked out of him, as it was a heavy but a very fair challenge from the goalkeeper, Angel. And they're going to leave the drop ball off for Angel to pick up. Skur played it behind Rosales. Able to win it back. LA Premier takeover. Barrera. Can he complete his hat trick? Still Barrera. And the shot over. But another good build-up from LA Premier. Barrera working it off the dribble, and then two quick passes to create that space for the shot off the delayed run. Really have enjoyed watching this LA Premier FC side play today. Their ability to move the ball around, not only that, but the runs they make off the ball has been very nice to watch. Sprayed across. Nobody able to get on the end of it in a red jersey. As we're into stoppage time. LA Premier waiting for that final whistle. That will crown them as U18 Super Black champions of the Soccer Loco San Diego Surf Cup. Arvizi wins the free kick. Couple premature celebrations from the crowd. SLA will look to get players into the box. It's a beautiful flick on. Purple jersey swarming around the ball. And the offside flag is up. LA Premier just trying to pass this game out. Unable to catch up to it on the near side, so it'll be a throw-in for SLA. Rosales into the channel. Looking to pull it back across goal. Couldn't get the service right. The LA Premier FC LAFA are your U18 Super Black San Diego Surf Cup champions, winning by a score of 3-1 over SLA. Alejandro Barrera with 2 goals in the opening half for LA Premier. And then SLA answered back from a corner kick, but Ortiz was taken down in the box, and up stepped Anthony Vargas to cement the victory and give LA Premier FC the trophy from the spot with the 3-1 win. It has been an honor to call matches at the San Diego Surf Cup this weekend. And for one last time, for our camera operator, John Goodman, for our producer, Feli Luis, and for executive producer Chase Neidig and everyone at Turbo Sports, I'm Mark Serber signing off where it finishes LA Premier FC 3, SLA 1.